All right, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to be giving you guys a deck tech for historic, and this deck is a crazy one. So get ready. I'm calling this deck Genesis Raptors. I got this idea from Saffron Olive. He was playing Terror of the Peaks and Genesis Ultimatum in Standard, and it got me thinking of how I could build a deck to abuse Terror of the Peak's ability and use Genesis Ultimatum. And after a few trial and errors, I came up with this deck, and man, it is crazy. So the whole build is essentially a ramp shell, and then you got a few different types of combos going on. So we already talked about the Terror of the Peaks and the Genesis Ultimatum. Essentially, Genesis Ultimatum is like a Genesis Wave on 5, but you can hit anything with it. It doesn't have a mana restriction. And then you actually put anything else in your hand. But the only non-permanent we're playing is Growth Spiral, so that'd be the only thing that would go to our hand. And so you're trying to ramp into that early game stuff. The usual suspects. We got Arboreal Grazer. We got Growth Spirals. We got Elvish Rejuvenators and Uros to help us ramp, and then a couple Solemn Simulacrum as well. And so we make this big mana. We cast Genesis Ultimatum. And then what are we trying to hit? We're trying to hit a Terror of the Peaks is one option that we could hit. And we can just, depending on what we hit with Terror of the Peaks, we can just send all the damage right to their face if needed. Another combo we could hit would be the Marauding Raptor, which this makes our creature spells cost 1 less, but then whenever a creature enters the battlefield under our control, Marauding Raptor does 2 damage to it. So we could get Marauding Raptor and Polyraptor and just go infinite, make infinite Polyraptors off of the Genesis Ultimatum, because Polyraptor says whenever it's dealt damage, create a token that's a copy of it. So you create it does damage. The Marauding Raptor does damage to the Polyraptor. It creates a token. The Marauding Raptor does damage to the token. Rinse and repeat, and you got infinite Polyraptors on the board. If you happen to hit a Terror of the Peaks too, that's just infinite damage as well, which is really cool. And then we got some other stuff to kind of support the plan here as well. So Ripjaw Raptor works really well with Marauding Raptors as well. It also, with Terror of the Peaks, you could, if you had Terror of the Peaks on the battlefield, you could have Ripjaw Raptor deal 4 damage to itself to draw a card, which is possible. But then we got all these other like little creatures and stuff, like Elvish Rejuvenator and Solemn Simulacrum, and you could have Terror of the Peaks do damage to the Ripjaw Raptor as well. It could be that we want more Ripjaw Raptor, but I think I still want some Solemn Simulacrum in the build. So yeah, that's kind of the gist of it. We're trying to either make infinite raptors and just kill them the next turn, or just deal the damage right to their face right away, and kill them that way. There's a couple cards I was considering to add into this, which would be Registrar Alpha, which gives your other dinosaurs haste, so that'd be a way you could swing it with the Polyraptors right away. But I found out that just Terror of the Peaks is just a better option overall, because it's just a better standalone card, and just having that damage, being able to like take out their creatures or their planeswalkers or something like that, not having to combo that way, works out really well. And so as far as the mana base goes, we're running 27 lands to support this plan here. We are not running any Field of the Dead because Genesis Ultimatum is a little taxing on mana. So that's why we don't have that in there. As far as the sideboard goes, we got some Soul Guide Lanterns to deal with graveyard stuff, some negates to fight against combo and control, some Blood Suns for Field of the Dead decks, a few Reclamation Sage, which you can hit off of the Genesis Ultimatum to kill artifacts and enchantments. A few Storm's Wrath to deal with creature-based decks or aggressive decks. A couple of questing beasts for the Planeswalker sort of mashups and stuff. I'm not sure if I want that in the sideboard, but we'll try it out. And then one Immortal Sun to deal with Planeswalker decks and stuff as well. And so, yeah, that is the gist of the deck there. I will leave a link in the description as always for this deck, and I'll be playing some games of this deck probably today, so look out for that video as well. All right, thanks guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe and drop a comment if you like this build, you got any suggestions for it, or you want to try it out. All right, we'll see you next time.